All right, welcome back. Brand new Sarah Fraser Show podcast. You know who I am. Welcome in. A lot of people have a lot of thoughts on Sister Wives. We got to get right to it. So today on the pod, Sister Wives, couple of things. People are now suggesting storylines for season 20, including Screen Rant. I love me some Screen Rant, the website. They do all kinds of fun. First of all, they have good, they have good updates on Sister Wives, Welcome to Plathville, 90 Day Fiance. But they usually have some very fascinating Sister Wives speculation. They just put out a story, 6 storylines that TLC should consider exploring in season 20 of Sister Wives. And I love them all. They're hysterical. But people are also very upset. Last night, part 4 of Sister Wives Tell All. Oh boy, fans, you guys have such a short memory. Because I thought the first 3 parts of the one-on-one were really good for Sister Wives. I did. But boy, were people unhappy with last night. I'll tell you why fans didn't like the part 4, what they're saying about the show. And look, a lot of people, how did you guys feel? I'm live on my TikTok, of course. I'll go to the TikTok lines. But what people are saying, I'm always on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram at The Sarah Fraser Show, Facebook, every platform. So on my social media, people feel, because I've said this 200 times, there's going to be a season 20, but people feel that last night was very final. They feel like last night was like a wrap. Like we asked the family about polygamy. They all said they wouldn't do it again, basically. Robin loves a polygamist, okay? Robin all in. But minus that, everybody was like done with polygamy. In fact, they all told Suki if they had it to do over again. So, all the benefits this show has brought them, the fame, the money, the homes, they were like, no, we'd never do this again. This was horrible. Okay. Wow. They must really hate each other. Okay, so people felt like last night was very final, but it's not final because we know for sure we're getting a season 20. For sure. But did it feel final to you all? I'm going to go to the TikTok lines in a minute. On top of that, 2 other news stories that we are going to cover today. Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. Lots of things went down over the weekend, including a late night, Friday night drop of some of the accusations against Justin Baldoni. So court things were removed by Blake Lively's team. They're working in the middle of the night, trying to, of course, avoid any sort of content creators, podcasters that are on this story. But some major charges against, well, he hasn't been charged, but accusations against Justin Baldoni have now been removed from Blake Lively's lawsuit. And why today Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni are again battling over Taylor Swift. Oh, Taylor Swift hates this. But more Taylor Swift drama in this case. Blake done this. She lost a friend. Okay. Taylor Swift wants nothing to do with her. Nothing to do with this. It's over. And then lastly, today, I'll give you an update. It is my egg donor baby transfer day. So if you have followed this podcast for a while, I've been on a fertility journey since I was really basically 37. I had my first miscarriage, which was a partial molar pregnancy that turned into a pregnancy cancer. Then I had my son. And for 3 years, basically from the moment I stepped foot in Los Angeles, I've been trying to have another baby. In that time, I've had 3 miscarriages in 3 years here in LA and just decided to finally go with an egg donor. So everything is on. I've been getting all the phone calls overnight from my egg donor and IVF clinic. We're doing a frozen to fresh transfer, which means they thawed the eggs. Of the 8 we purchased, 6 survived, 6 fertilized. Today, 1 is like a super egg. It's doing really, really well. The others are doing, I think, okay. They're going to continue to watch them grow. They're going to freeze the best ones and PGT test. God forbid this doesn't work, right? So I'm so excited. I have my little Valium I get to take 30 minutes before. Okay, sounds good to me. And I've never had an egg donor transfer. So I think it's pretty easy. They don't knock you out. You get a little Valium. I've had a Valium before, by the way. Does anyone think Valium doesn't do anything? I don't know. I've had a Valium. I didn't feel any different. Same with, I think I've had a Xanax like once or twice. I expect it to make you feel numb. I don't feel anything. I don't know. Is that just me? I'm sweating profusely here. Okay, I'm drinking my tea. Someone says the Valium knocks me out. Really? All right, well maybe I'll be lucky and it will knock me out today. So I'll tell you more about it because since I've announced that I'm using an egg donor, a lot of people have questions and they're like, I don't get what an egg donor is. Is it a surrogate? Is it your egg, but it was like IVF? I'll tell you all at the end exactly what an egg donor is. And if you have any questions, I'm an open book. So let's start with Sister Wives while we're all here. Last night, of course, part 4 of the one-on-one with our girl Suki, who was just here on the pod. And fans have very mixed reactions. First of all, I agree with the internet. We didn't need a part 4, okay? We start out last night, the luggage rack discussion. I completely am with Janelle and Christine on the luggage rack. It symbolizes that Kody was all about Kody in their marriages. With Robin, I think what we learned last night, and we all kind of knew this, is Robin was great at coming in and being emotionally demanding of Kody's time, physically demanding of Kody's time. And Robin just walks in the room and she puts her stuff on the luggage rack. She takes it and Kody loves that. Okay. So I think last night I walked away with a real understanding of how Robin speaks Kody. You know, that was always her thing. Like, you know, Robin speaks Kody more than the other wives. Okay. For whatever reason, this man in love with Robin, he loved when she take the luggage rack and she can do whatever she wants. Okay. But overall, people were so bored. They were bored with the rehashing of all their love stories. When you think about the fact they've been on TV since 2010, how many iterations have we heard of how they met? They locked eyes. I mean, we spent a good 12 minutes last night. I'm so with the fans that are outraged today. Who cares? Do we have to keep hearing about this? But the other thing that people were very upset about last night, which I thought was a great point, and I didn't think about until this morning, is people are really upset with this part 4 because when are we going to get to what is going on in their real lives now? Okay, in their real lives now. Tayda Farms is happening for Janelle. Christine has this like thriving MLM business, Airbnb. What's her life really like with David a year in? Poor David, he just has to come to all these reunions, talk about Kody. Now, I mean, they're getting paid. I don't think David has a problem with the paychecks, but like how much longer fans are feeling for David today? They're like, how many more seasons is David Woolley going to have to show up and talk about Kody Brown? Because Christine been done with him for years now. I mean, how many years has it been? It's been like 3 or 4 years when we really look back and do the timeline. So people last night were like, this has nothing to do with their real lives. Kody and Robin moved into a whole new $2 million mansion in the past 8 months. Like, let's get to that. So I also agree with that. I don't think we needed part 4. I don't think it revealed a lot, but and you know, people are saying, look, we feel for David, poor David. He's got to sit there, talk about Kody over and over. So the other thing too, that people were super, I guess, annoyed with last night, in addition to the feeling that last night was very final. So a lot of people were like, okay, cool. I think this should be the end of this show because what is there left to follow? They told us everything we needed to know last night, including Suki asked all of them if they'd live polygamy again and if they would do it again within their own family, within this Brown family. To which Kody's answer was typical Kody, where he essentially was like, no, absolutely not. Then he realizes Suki's she's not really asking about the whole Brown family. She's asking like, would he do polygamy again? He's like, no. And then he says he needs 10 more years. He needs 10 more years to decide if he would marry all these women again and go on TV. 10 more years. What the hell is what an odd Suki. Like, to me, that's a man looking for a check. That's a man who wants 10 more seasons. You know what? Suki, I'm going to manifest 10 more seasons. You know what? Ask me in 10 years if I would marry these women again. And essentially, Kody says, I think he implied last night that he would marry them again if they stopped talking shit about him on the internet. It's like, what? Dude, uh, it's a yes or no, bro. Okay, let's go to the TikTok lines and see what you have to say. Kody will be irrelevant in 10 years. Charlie November says, I think you're absolutely right. When will it be back on TLC UK? Oh, I don't know the schedule in the UK. That's really interesting. I don't know. I know for sure season 20 has already been filming. And season 20 will drop sometime in September. So we are getting a season 20, despite the fact that people on my social media are like, last night felt like the end. Kody can't make up his mind if he'd ever marry these women again. You know, Meri came out and was like, no, I'd never marry his ass again. I'd never do this. And Meri got like a whole business from this. Janelle's like, absolutely not. If I had courted Kody for a year, dunzo, you never would have seen my ass on TV. They're over him, okay? Oh. People are saying Kody is already irrelevant now. Let's see. For real, no one cares about Kody and Robin anymore. I'm so over this show. They need to have the OG3 or just OG2 have a show, but enough with Kody and Robin. We don't see anything new. Moving storyline ahead of Kody and Robin hiring a moving company. Wait, what? Are you revealing new tea here, Wendy? Moving storyline ahead of Kody and Robin hiring a moving company. Wait a minute. Are you telling us that season 20 is going to feature their home and that storyline? Okay, this was filmed in October 2024. Well, part of season 19 was filmed in October 2024, but the actual one-on-ones, I think, was filmed this spring. I don't think the one-on-ones, I should have asked Suki, but I was under the impression the one-on-ones were filmed maybe 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Okay, his ex-wives make him irrelevant, so he's lucky that they actually still talk about him. It said it should just be the ex-wives watching Meri and Janelle dating. Maybe some of the kids will come back. I'm all for the kids. I think we need the kids. We need the kids ASAP. Because we know the kids, like Peyton's so outspoken, Gwen. Oh my God, Leon is a hot take. Maddie doesn't hold anything back. The kids would be game over for this show. Logan and his wife, they're like gorgeous. Let's see what's going on with them. I watched from Argentina. Does Kody ever try to have a relationship with his kids? Suki from Sister Wives says that recently he is trying to repair some of the relationships and some of the kids want nothing to do with him. When he acted like they couldn't stop talking about him, it's a TV show. These kids are so messed up. He is always so rude to Suki. He did last night shut Suki down when she wanted to ask him about, his sex life in college. And then he mistaked it for, he goes, I'm not talking about my sexuality, which I thought was juicy. I was like, wait a minute. So are you saying that we lost the V card to a guy? Because that'd be great. He went like, if you were bi, this would be, if you're bi, Kody Brown, this show is getting another 10 years. Does Kody know that they're on a show called Sister Wives? Of course they're talking about him. Megan says, incredible. Okay, keep your comments coming because I'm about to lay on you Screen Rant's genius 6 storylines that they have proposed for season 20 that are hysterical. Okay, these would be so good, so epic. All right, let's go. Screen Rant, shout out to you. This is what they've proposed. They're like, look, they're with everybody else. Part of the first 3 parts of the one-on-one was excellent. The rest of it we could have done without, right? Which was 1 episode. They could have cut it short. But here's what Screen Rant proposes, okay? 6 ideas in no particular order. Kody and David actually go on that guy's trip. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Kody and David said, hey, they might be up for a guy's trip. So Screen Rant has proposed if they actually did it and filmed it, it could be epic television. Totally agree. Number 5, Meri visits and helps out with Tayda Farms. Meri is good at decorating, so bring Meri in to help out with Tayda Farms. Maybe she could reconnect with some of Janelle's kids, and it could be a newfound bond and beginning for Janelle and Meri. I love it. I don't know if Janelle and Meri are like there yet, but that one would be really good. Number 4, Christine and Janelle start a business together. Christine and Janelle's tight bond has only strengthened with the divorce of Kody. So they should combine forces and start a business together. That one to me is a bit of a stretch. Screen Rant proposes that they become realtors together because Christine recently bought an Airbnb. David can do home repairs, and Janelle would make a killer real estate agent. That would actually be great. I would love to see it, but they all have their own businesses. And by the way, Christine and Janelle are kind of in business a bit together because they do the MLM Plexus. But Janelle might be out of it, Janelle and Maddie. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, number two, Robin and Janelle, Meri and Christine bring back my sister wives closet. That really is not going to happen. But how explosive would that be? If all of them brought back Sister Wives Closet. If you're thinking to yourself, what is Sister Wives Closet? This is probably going on 8 years ago. The family started Sister Wives Closet, which was to sell like jewelry. Actually, a genius idea. A genius idea. Clothes, jewelry, wellness. People could have bought a piece of the Sister Wives franchise, but it never really worked out because Robin was kind of running it. They couldn't agree on the money. The entire family starts a moving business. The Browns are experienced when it comes to relocating. Can you imagine if the kids and Kody went in on a business, got a set of moving trucks, and started moving people across the country? My sister wives movers. Like Kody is going to lift a finger. Get out. Okay, those are genius. On my TikTok lines right now, do you guys have any suggested storylines for season 20? Screen Rant, hats off to you. Those are pretty funny. None of them, the only ones that could come true is I could see David and Kody doing a proposed guys weekend, and I could see Meri visiting Tayda Farms. Oh, the other one, I missed one, by the way. Kody plays matchmaker for Meri. Oh, can you imagine? How insulting to Meri. Oh my God, Kody as matchmaker to Meri. That would be, ain't no way for Meri. Bring in a new wife. I'm with you. Jessica, that's the storyline I want to see in season 20. And Robin, I mean, how many more times does Robin have to tell us? Robin wants a new wife. Robin wants a guarantee in a new wife. You're telling me in this country, with their fame and money, there's not someone who's like, you know what? Let me sign a 10-year deal. I'm in this. Kody comes out of the closet because his wives have been his beard all these seasons. That would be, if you want to go to number one on every single chart, that should be Kody's storyline. If Kody comes out, I would love that. A new wife would guarantee 5 more seasons. Jessica, you should be producing this because I guarantee you TLC and the producers are probably begging them, please audition a new wife. There's been rumors. Please, please, please. Kody and Robin divorce. Oh my God, that would get even more. Yes, that's a good storyline. Love you, Sarah. Oh my God, I love you right back. Thank you so much for listening. Following converting Meri's B&B into an event space. We're going to see that for sure. Brother husband, Kody comes out. Notice that they left out Meri's boyfriend that she had for 4 months. Hello, fabulous point. Fabulous point. Why didn't we bring up Amos? Why? I couldn't agree more. Where was the Amos storyline? Where were those questions? By the way, I think Meri is 100% getting it in. I think Meri is 100% hooking up with men. She looks great. She looks the best she's ever looked in her life. But I think Meri's smart enough. Everything that went down with that first boyfriend that she had, it became so public, so viral. I think she's going to pretend like, nope, I'm not seeing anybody because she wants to actually get a relationship with somebody, then reveal them to the world. David Woolley is like, what a find. That guy is so good on television. Would love to see Janelle in a relationship. Okay, because I got to go to my egg donor transfer here in like an hour, so I have to move on. But look, what I can tell you is while season 19 is wrapped up, there is going to be a ton of Sister Wives news and drama coming out this summer. I guarantee there's going to be leaks about this situation. The custody agreement between Christine and Kody over Truly. I bet we'll be getting leaks on that. I also think we're going to find out some leaks on what season 20 is actually going to be about. And Mykelti and Robin. Are there going to be updates on their relationship? So I will keep you posted. Be sure to subscribe to my podcast everywhere pods are played. I give you nonstop Sister Wives tea. I'm still obsessed with this show. I am. It's something is fascinating to me about polygamy and the idea. Can you imagine as an adult living with multiple spouses? It's so foreign. It's so foreign. Real quick, I'll give you the Baldoni and uh, Blake Lively update. So over the weekend on Friday night, Blake Lively, her team dropped more. Now she has dropped 2 claims against Justin Baldoni. So this is really big news. So Blake Lively dropped claims against Baldoni, inflicting emotional distress on the actress, and she still has a route to pursue those accusations moving forward. But for right now, here's what you need to know. She got rid of inflicting emotional distress by Wayfair and Baldoni and negligent infliction of emotional distress. Now, why did she do this? These were a late night drop last week heading into the weekend. Lively did this because the judge was getting ready to say, Judge Lyman was getting ready to say to Blake Lively, you've got to turn over your mental health records. If you're alleging that Justin Baldoni gave you such emotional distress, anxiety, inflicted emotional harm on your children, your family, you got to prove it. Where's the proof that he did that? So she didn't want to turn over her medical records. She didn't want to turn over her records from her therapist. So those accusations have been dropped. Now, of course, her attorneys say all part of the plan. This was all part of the plan. This is what happens in lawsuits. You know, you always make a big accusation. You accuse people of all these things, and then that's just how trials and things work out. They claim that she still has emotional distress. If she chooses to refile, she will. That again, the media, podcasters, people are using this as supposed to be an L against Blake Lively, but in fact, they're doing great. And Baldoni and his team need to focus on his crap because he lost big last week in court, which is true. Baldoni's $250 million defamation lawsuit against the New York Times was thrown out. So was the $400 million lawsuit alleging extortion and defamation by Ryan Reynolds and Justin Baldoni. So she did drop that. So she is not going to have to turn over medical records showing if she, in fact, had mental distress. What will be interesting, and this is where Brian Friedman, old Fried, seems pretty genius to me. Friedman has said he's nervous that this whole lawsuit is going to go away this month because he's getting ready to depose Blake Lively herself, and he does not think that she will show up. He thinks when she has to go under oath and discuss what Wayfair and Baldoni really did, she's not going to do it. So we will see. Lastly, now Blake Lively has moved to block Justin Baldoni from accessing her messages with Taylor Swift. No central claims. So is this going to be another big victory for Lively or Baldoni? Amid the ongoing legal battle between It Ends With Us, Blake Lively has moved to court to block Justin Baldoni from accessing any communication between her and the singer Taylor Swift. This comes after Baldoni's legal team dropped the subpoena to Swift in May. However, Lively's lawyers in this motion claim that Baldoni and his Wayfair Studios are continuing to pursue communication via texts and emails between Lively and Swift, claiming that it pertains to the case. According to this protective order filed this past Friday and obtained by Variety First, Lively's lawyers said that the Baldoni and Wayfair lawyers are continuing their demands for Blake's communication with Taylor Swift solely to just use the Taylor Swift name and try to gain empathy and more, attention for this case. But they say that the judge already shot down the subpoena. He's not going to allow them to subpoena the Blake Lively text messages. So here she has now filed to move to get a protective order that they can't continue with the Blake Lively Taylor Swift hunt. We'll see what happens there. Before I move on to my egg donor, my sister-in-law, we're doing a sister-in-law podcast. So Shmano has 2 brothers. Shmano is the youngest of 3 brothers. His middle brother is married to my sister-in-law, Erin. She's coming here to LA. Their whole family is. This week, we're going to Disneyland for the first time, taking KJ. And we're going to do a sister-in-law's podcast. Of course, like every sister-in-law relationship, we have grown very close over the, I've been with Shman, how many years? 12 years? married almost 6, but we've had our moments. So we are taking questions. You can ask us anything about our relationship. And do you have a sister-in-law dilemma? So do you have a difficult sister-in-law? Or maybe it's a great sister-in-law. Maybe it's, maybe you have a really hysterical sister-in-law. We want to hear your sister-in-law stories. And if you need any advice, we've been through a lot together. So email the Sarah Fraser Show at gmail.com. Okay. Sister-in-law podcast happening this week. Lastly, my egg donor. So I have to go. I have to go take my Valium. I'm drinking my little dandelion root tea, which is very good for your liver, by the way, if you're trying to get pregnant. The liver, very vital. You're like, no shit, Sarah. I think all the organs play a big role. You're like, yeah, the liver's important, so is the heart. Yeah, I know. But the liver, very important in getting pregnant. Your liver has to be very well functioning, removing toxins, and so helping your body. So I'm sipping on my dandelion root tea. I'm getting ready to go. But people have asked me over and over this weekend, what is an egg donor? And do you have any hesitation about it? So an egg donor is when you purchase another woman's eggs, okay? And thank God to these women who donated eggs. You go to these egg banks. Don't ask me what one I bought it for, because right now I can't even remember. But anyhow, I'll get you that info. So after years of trying IVF, and people have said to me, why didn't you continue IVF? When you're over 40, and especially when you're over 42, the odds of IVF working are very slim, okay? You can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. Our insurance didn't cover it. I'm not doing it, okay? Always wanted to foster to adopt, always been open to how my family came together, never cared. So bought a 26-year-old's eggs, 8 eggs, 20 grand. Hello. I know I'm hyperventilating over that number. You know I love things for free. Okay, 20 grand for the eggs. Then it's going to be another 10 for this transfer and everything. So that's $30,000, about the same price as 2 rounds of IVF. And so they take a young egg, fertilize it with your man's sperm. Or some people buy the egg, buy the sperm. You know what I'm saying, okay? We bought 8 eggs. They thaw them, and this woman already has 2 of her own kids. They're healthy. They don't have any neurological issues. They don't have any, nothing that you know of, right? So then you take those eggs. We decided to do a thaw to fresh transfer. Why? You can also thaw them and you can do PGT testing, but the chance of a PGT tested egg working versus a healthy egg that's thawed, fertilized, and they watch for 5 days, it's like, I think 0.01% higher that the PGT egg works, but it's very almost on the same par, right? Got 8 eggs. Got one that looks super, which we're going to transfer here in 10 minutes. And then the other ones are going to be frozen, PGT tested. So God forbid if this doesn't work, I've got some other options. Okay. Okay. But I carry the child. This is what I think it's always confusing about donor eggs, because people are like, so do you use a surrogate? In my case, no. I'm going to carry the egg. Very excited. My eggs are dusty. My 43-year-old eggs, unfortunately, they served me well with KJ. They served me very well. But this last miscarriage we had, our baby was Down syndrome, Turner syndrome, passed away 9 weeks in utero. My own eggs they've given all that they've got, and I'm very grateful for them. My uterus is your uterus doesn't age. That's what I've learned in this process. The uterus looks great. That's why women can carry kids at 50, but it's your egg quality. So bought the eggs. They're fertilized. We got one super egg that's looking awesome. That one's going in today. Never done a transfer. I'm going to carry it. I'm very excited. I've been on tons of drugs. Oh, this is my little Sharps box. I'm on estradiol patches. I'm on progesterone with sesame oil that you shoot into your hip. I'm over it. God bless all you ladies that have to do all these IVF. And I think these doctors love that you have to inject yourself with something. I think they're always like, ooh, and now another shot. I don't need another shot. I don't want another progesterone shot in my hip. I have all these hormones. Half the time I'm sweating. Okay. Anyway, you know what? All in the pursuit of having a healthy baby. Okay. I got to go. Oh, I'm supposed to pee an hour. I got to get there at 10:15. The transfer's at 10:45. I'm supposed to pee exactly at 9:15. We've already missed that deadline. Then I got to drink water again. When do I get to take the Valium? God is good. Thankful you have options. You're absolutely correct. You know what? And that's the only statement I need to have. You go, girl. I need that one too. I did IVF. No one gives us enough credit. What a trauma, emotionally and physically. It is, Nicole, God bless you. It is have baby. You know, that show MTV 16 and Pregnant was right on. We should have been, that show should have won an Oscar because that's when you should get pregnant. Really? I'm telling you. Don't wait like I did. I thought, oh, I hate children. I'm never going to have them. I meet Schman, the love of my life. 35, I'm like, I want a kid. Well, 35 is getting too damn late. Have kids when you're 26. I don't care if you're not ready for them. They're going to be messed up either way. Don't wait like we did, okay? Okay. Good luck sending you baby dust, sticky baby dust prayers. Oh my God. Okay, sticky uterus, sticky uteri. Okay, uterus, stick. You better stick. Let me get my golden ball of energy going. Okay, let's just calm ourselves, everybody, and we'll send good vibes to this uterus that it sticks. Okay, we got it. We got this. All right. Love you all. It's getting sticky. It is getting sticky. I can feel it. Love you all. Have the best day. I will keep you posted. I will know in 2 weeks. I make interesting financial moves. I'm doing a baby transfer today. I'm going to Disney in 2 days. I can't do one blessed ride. So I will be eating my way through Disney. Pregnant with my first child at 53. I love it. That's what I told you. Uterus doesn't age. That's right. Oh, greatest feeling in the world when you see that baby. Kari says, oh my God, did I say right? Carrie or Kari? Carrie says, I love your energy and vibe. Thank you. Thank you. I love vibes. Okay, I gotta go. Bye. Love y'all.